Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 in the place to be.
Honeydew, LA.
Honeydew, LA, coming to you live and direct from Pomona, California, where we are filming our first ever episode.
First ever episode, but also...
Shout out Exhibition Studios and Masonic. What we've been feeling is a really interesting kind of topic that's been brewing for both of us is relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Quarantine has obviously changed everything.
Yeah.
And it's definitely put a lot of people's relationships under a microscope. And we've been kind of navigating through that as friends and seeing it in our communities and feeling it within ourselves. So this month, May, we're talking about relationships. And if you guys noticed, our last couple episodes were little mini episodes, and we did them with our moms. Mm-hmm. One for Mother's Day, but also because, well, I guess originally we were like, if you're going to talk about relationships, you have to start with your relationship with yourself, obviously. Because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, any other relationship you have is kind of like built on a shaky foundation. But before there was you, there was your mom. So really, you got to start with your mom.
Yes.
And then you got to go to you.
Yeah.
And then, you got to go through all the other bullshit.
Indeed. Yeah.
Which we're going to get to.
Yeah. And then also a really good thing about Ryan and I is that we cover like both extremes of the relationship side, because in this scenario, like in this lockdown situation, Raya is living with her partner and I am living on my own. So like we talk all the time, but we're having completely different experiences, challenges and everything with like in relationships. And then we feel that with people we're talking to, friends and stuff. So that's why we were like, you know what, this would be a really good conversation to have at the moment.
And so we decided it would be cool to interview ourselves.
Yes.
Interview each other.
Interview each other.
And we spend a lot of time interviewing other amazing women.
Yeah.
And that's super, super fun. It's been so good to get to know all the amazing women we had on season 1 and season 2 and the beginning of season 3. But, sometimes you just got to check in with your girl.
Yes. Yes. And I don't feel like we always... When this was brought to the table, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind is that I felt like a lot of people would probably want to ask Rye in particular a lot of questions, because she catches your eye, You're not your regular Joe. Or as we say in London, you're not your regular Tom, Dick and Harry.
Okay.
So like...
No, I'm not.
And I feel like when we brought this to the table, I was like, I feel like I need to ask questions that I feel like other people would wanna know.
Dang, and she
you're
wrote
way
them.
more intriguing than I am. Let's be honest.
But you're alluring.
Well, I was until I had a nip slip, and now nothing's alluring anymore. It's
now
just
everybody
there.
knows your secrets. Yes. So you wrote your questions down.
I come with a list.
in a wine-stained notebook.
It's not wine; it's a beetroot stain. So I come with a list. This is the first time ever that I've been actually really organised.
She's super prepared. I'm gonna kind of freestyle it, but I think it's gonna work out.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm also drinking as always because I do.
I'm thirsty.
And so we're gonna. But I think we're gonna do it like one question, one-on-one. It's kind of vibe off each other.
All right. Do you want to kick it off there, spreadsheet?
Yes. This is the only time I've ever made a fucking spreadsheet in my life, let me tell you. I'm the most unorganised person. Okay, so obviously I want to start with your relationship with music, the obvious. And I want to know what made you fall in love with music and want to be a DJ. Miss Yogi Ryan from Jersey. That's my best Jersey, Sorry.
There was definitely a series of moments and songs and records and people that made me fall in love with music. There's been so many phases to it. I feel like my mom was phase 1. We kind of talked about all those influences already last week. And my best friend Ashley, I'll never forget when she gave me a Tribe Called Quest album in art class on my birthday. And we put it into my Discman and listened to it. And I was just like, holy shit, what is this? And yeah, that was one of the moments. And then always being that person that like made the mix on the basketball team and brought the boombox on the bus and made the music for the layup lines and the warm-ups. That was always me. And then live shows in college, and I fell in love with the DJ in college, and that's when I bought myself turntables and just decided I was gonna give this thing a shot.
So you fell in love with a DJ or with DJing?
Oh, I fell in love with a DJ.
Aha. I like that.
And
you were
kind
like,
of
let me steal his profession.
Well, I kind of sat back and watched him. But at the same time, I had already bought turntables, but I just wasn't practicing on them because he was like the DJ, and I felt weird kind of being a shitty DJ in front of like a really good DJ, which is so stupid. Anyone who's listening, if you're ever with someone who's really good at something, like learn from them. Don't be scared to show them what you're about. Like let them see you and let them help you, because I could have been so much better, but my ego was in the way, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't even start DJing. I feel like I'm kind of a spite DJ, because when he dumped me and cheated on me and I found out, I moved and I was like, send me my fucking turntables, fuck you, never talk to me again. And that's when I actually started DJing.
You were like, let me show you. I'm going to fucking DJ.
Yeah, so it wasn't even love. I think it was spite.
Nice.
I think I'm a spite DJ.
Well, you done well out of that, babe. Good for you.
It's working out.
Yeah.
What about you? Was there like a moment where you were like, I'm going to do this shit?
Not DJing later in life. I was always into music. Singing was my thing from a young age, because I remember watching, we had this show called Top of the Pops every Friday at 7:30, and it would be like 30 minutes of like live music, all of like the top 40 charts, and somehow Lauryn Hill had broken into the charts with X Factor, which is unheard of in the UK because they just don't listen to that music, really.
I love to hear what other music hits like in other countries.
So that was like, well, Fugees were big in the UK, so she was known from that. And then this song kind of got picked up. And I remember watching her and being like fucking 14, 15. I don't know, I was young, maybe younger. And I remember watching her performing it and being like, obviously this is way before now, her time now, but like being like, this chick is like, she is feeling what she's singing.
She's
like,
channeling.
that's like
straight up.
Yeah, I'm not just watching some girl hit notes. Like she is feeling. Well, like I remember being like so in awe of what she was doing, because she's never really had like the most amazing vocal ability, but like just vocal range.
Something about her tone, though.
But her tone, that's it. Yeah, and I was just like, wow, she's just touched me in a way. And that song is just an amazing song. Like it grows throughout the whole ending, the guitar side at the end. It's just like an amazing song. And that was like a turning point for me, where I was like, that's how I want to sing, because like that. I want to be a soul singer. I want to sing like that.
Do you think that it's possible to DJ like that, like on that level, and make people feel shit on that level?
It is, but I always remember listening to this radio interview once, and it was like a psychologist talking, and they were talking about music, and they were saying there's two types of people in the world, like A and B, and like B are the people who are moved by music. They listen and they are moved by music, they feel it, and then A are the people that hear music, and that's more or less all there is to it. They enjoy
that makes
it,
sense.
but they don't. So I feel like
they need each other too.
Yeah, but so I feel like there's a certain amount of each, like there's only so much you can do for a certain type of person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Because some people just want to hear Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes, and like that moves them enough, you know. But then other people, you can really like do something to them. That you can make them come from across the side of the room, leave their whole party and be like, whoa, you are blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It's not about the DJ, it's about the person.
Yeah.
How much are they open to feeling?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. So yeah, DJing only in the past 5 years. It's just another way for me to channel music. I just wanted to do music.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
I try.
I love the set that you just threw down.
Thank you.
It was so nice to hear you do a set, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been long. I've been so nervous to DJ. When the lockdown happened, I was like, well, fuck it. I just like won't DJ. And it's been like this has been like one of the toughest things for me this whole time, because
It's just like how to deal with the DJ element of it all.
everything, like my whole life has always been like, since I was 16, I like left school and I was kind of like, all right, I want to sing. So everything's always been a hustle, like try and get in with this producer, try and write this song, try and get on this track, go to this gig. Everything's always been a hustle, like do a side job to get some money just to get by. Like my life has never stopped, because if I stop, my money stops.
Yeah.
Like there's no sick pay, there's no holiday pay, you know?
Totally.
So, and it's
And
been
just
like
that mindset of like,
Yeah.
if you get that call, you're going to drop what you're doing and go do that thing no matter
Yeah,
what.
exactly.
Clean up the mess later.
Exactly. And then you've had the highs since 16. I've had like the high highs and the low lows. And you always strive again for the high highs. And so your life is literally chasing those, hustling to just keep yourself afloat. So I've never stopped. I've never ever chose to stop. And this is the first time in my entire life, in my 25 years, in my entire life.
25. You're a very mature 25.
This is the first time in my 33 years where like all control was taken from me. And it was like, you can't hustle. There's nothing you can do.
Right. Yeah.
You can't chase no highs from a song, from singing, from releasing something, from financial gain, like
From seeing
your
people,
career,
from getting an
yeah.
applause, from making people dance.
It was really the first time in my life that all control was taken from me, and it was frightening how much that affected me.
Yeah.
Like how much I was like, wow, like. There was a split second where I was like, okay, this is fine. This is cool. This is actually kind of cool.
I think I
kinda
was
like
at your
it.
house for one of those times.
Yeah, you were. I think you've been there for the whole roller coaster. I was like, this is great. I've never chilled. And now I'm chilling.
Never chilled.
Yeah, and now I'm chilling, living my best life, drinking every day. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like,
Where am I going?
where did my life
What's
go?
happening?
Was I even happy? Do my family love me? When is my next check ever coming? Will I die? Will I make it out of this? Like, literally just
Yeah,
gone up
I can
and
relate.
down, and it's been crazy. So on that note,
Yeah. Let's have a drink on that note. Shit. Well, I can definitely relate to the pace that you're talking about of just being like never feeling relaxed, always feeling like I should be doing more. I should be like, if it is the end of the day and I already finished a fucking mixtape and a scratch session and I did yoga or whatever, like I'm still like, should I get back to the email? Maybe I could do an Instagram post. Oh, this would be like a cute story. Should I post this? And it's like, no, just fucking chill.
yeah,
And I think that's the biggest blessing. I'm really trying to focus on the silver linings of quarantine. I know it's been really hard and I've felt those challenges too. So I'm not trying to be callous, but slowing down has definitely been a blessing. And I've really been able to, because I've been feeling like I've been on that flow that you're talking about, that go, go, go flow as well. And it's just so nice to have the world take away like all your excuses for what you should be doing. And you're just left to sit there with your own feelings and your own thoughts and your own emotions and watch how wildly they fucking play out, even though you're just with yourself. And it's crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy to think like, shit, usually I'm bringing all these different people and venues and parties and substances into this equation. And now I'm just sitting here with just me. And like, it's pretty fucking heavy just being me.
yeah.
Like I need some time just like this to just
frightening.
breathe and just fucking get back to zero and catch my own vibe before I'm really able to like make decisions about, do I want to hang out with someone? Do I want to go to do a thing? It's like I'm
Yeah.
realizing how much energy all that takes now that I'm not doing it constantly. And it's making me want to just take my time with my decisions, really, really think something through if I actually really want to do it. Before I say yes, not say yes because I think it will make that person really happy if I say yes, but like, Ryan, is this serving you? Is this pushing you further down a path you want to go, or is it pulling you in a different direction?
You're really good at that. See, I'm like, you're really good at implementing what you learn. I'm one of these people, I've realized that I learn shit and then I'm like, wow, well, that's interesting. But then nothing happens. Like, I'm just kind of sitting with it. I'm like, wow, so I do that. Ooh. You
Well,
know?
I
But you're really good at actively implementing, like, okay, so this needs to happen. This needs to change or this needs to be in place.
I try to be, my practice is to be present enough with myself that I can catch myself in those patterns.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the ones I'm aware of, not all of them and not all the time. I still like still pop off at the mouth and say hella rude shit to my husband sometimes because it's the wrong place, the wrong time, and I just don't have the bandwidth, you know? But hopefully that just happens less and less and everything gets easier and easier as we go.
How many times have you thought about killing your husband in quarantine?
Murder? I don't think I've thought about murder.
Full-blown asphyxiation, not once?
Maybe about a month ago,
But not recently. I mean, that's pretty good, right?
That's really good. That's really good. That's good.
No, I mean for the most part, we've been in a really good flow. I feel really lucky that my husband and I line up on so many things, from the way that we eat to like what we think is important to what makes us happy. So we've just been able to focus on that for the first time. And what's interesting is as a result of just focusing on doing shit that we love and taking good care of each other, we've actually created some really dope shit. We've recorded some dope songs. We've shot a bunch of music videos. So really by like just trying to love each other more, I feel like we've actually done really good work too, because we're in a band together. So creating is what we do. So that's been pretty cool, to think of it like that instead of think of it like, oh, we got to work on this song from noon to 8 p.m. and we just got to do it. It's like, no, we just got to fucking love each other and make the vibe in our house right. And that shit's going to happen easily.
That's dope. See, that's that's a quote for life. We just got to love each other and like.
But I want to talk about you for a minute.
Okay, go.
So
Hit me.
I have to say during quarantine, like I know there's been a lot of ups and downs, of course, for everyone and for you. But overall, I've never heard you be more confident, more clear, more sure about what you want, more sure about what you're not gonna take. And how dope is that?
That's really, it's really awesome, but I don't really notice it until you tell me.
Okay, well, I'm telling you now. So, can we titty shake on that?
Hey, I can now. I've got them taped down. Yes, baby.
Titty tape. Titty tape.
Fun fact. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this shit. Look.
Oh, yeah,
so
I got you,
I
I
had
got
a
you.
nip slip earlier. I don't want to have another one so she can get it. I had a nip slip earlier because I thought it would be a great idea to wear this cute outfit, because I don't get to wear cute outfits anymore because we're in a global
So
pandemic.
thanks to this
and apparently
little
we don't do that.
roll of tape, none of you guys get to see Jahan's titties. Sorry.
Everything is now taped down.
Sorry, don't change the channel. The other one might come out.
I mean, I only taped one side. I didn't really. I taped both.
You taped both?
I taped both.
You did a
I taped
preemptive
both
tape?
Sides. Taped both sides.
Smart.
So yeah. So we're good, yeah.
So I feel like you're really confident and really clear. Is that true? Do you feel that?
I don't think I've noticed it when I speak to you and I'm telling you stuff and then you point it out. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I think I've realized in this time that I really do only have myself, because I do only have myself. Like I always kind of knew that before, but it didn't really hit me until now. I live on my own. My family are very far away, and like everybody that I seem to talk to has either a partner or a roommate, and I was one of these people who are open to like, hey, do you want to see me still? And I'm like, no, I don't want to get ill and die. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. No worries. Me too. I'm just going to chill.
Me too, but like I would if you were down.
If you change your mind, though, I'll change
your mind,
mine too.
You have my number.
So I'm a very sociable, personable person. I like to be around people and I talk a fucking lot. So it's just been a minute for me. And then like, I kind of was like, I'm in a situation where I'm here on a visa. I'm here on an artist visa, which doesn't allow you to get doesn't enable you to get the same benefits that a US citizen would get or a green card holder would get. So I don't get unemployment. I don't get any benefits. I also don't get that from my home country because I have not lived there for so long.
Honeydew isn't paying very well.
Honeydew, apparently Honeydew doesn't. Honeydew gives my heart life and soul there, and that's so important.
Yes.
So suddenly I was like, okay, so there's no income for me at all. There's no financial help for me. I have an amazing family, but not financially. I don't come from a financially privileged family, so I don't have anyone necessarily to turn to for money. So I was just like, first of all, sorry, this sounds like a sob story. It's not. I'm just telling you how it is.
Facts are facts.
So I was just like, okay, cool. So I don't have any income. No, like there's not even any chance of me getting any income. I have no one that I can like kind of turn to for this right now. Like, okay, so now what do I do? And then like, so that was one thing. And then just emotionally, I was like, okay, so I have no one around me. Everyone back home is on a completely different fucking time zone. Every time I call my brother, he's drunk because it's 9 o'clock his time, you know. And
you
it's
need
like,
to get on his schedule.
It's like 11 a.m. my time. And I'm like, fuck, man. No, and then by the time I'm drunk, he's waking up at 6 a.m. like, babe, I ain't got time for this right now. I'll call you back. No, you had time for it 9 hours ago and I was fucking sober. Like, you know.
Okay. Reel it back in. Family therapy later.
It's all like, so, you know, it's all over the place. And then you don't want to call your friends all the time and be a burden because at some point in the conversation, I'm going to go, are you ready to see me yet? She's like, no, 24 hours ago. I said no.
It is interesting with that. Like everyone's different comfort levels of can we hang out?
And I tell you what is really fucking annoying me as well. Like this is, so I obviously, I'm active on social media because that's my main thing of like getting people to come to my gigs, getting people to follow me and you know, like follow my brand, everything that I'm doing. So it's all bullshit, but you do it, right?
Yeah, we all do it.
We all do it.
We all do the dance.
Yeah, we all do the song and dance. So I continue doing that, and it just come to my attention. Like I always knew this, but like how judgmental and opinionated and negative people are. Like they don't know, nobody knows your situation, what you're going through, and how quickly they are to be like, you're killing people because you stepped out your house and went for a run, or, you know, because you posted a story of you on a run, or like something like that, like so selfish, like doing this, doing that, like all these like, and everyone's coming from a different angle because everyone like, do you have money? Do you have some type of income coming? Do you have family? Are you living with someone? Like nobody is in the same situation. And like mental health right now is like the mental health helplines right now have shot up so high.
That makes sense.
Because this is like such a challenging time for everyone. Like for like even the people that live in it, like you saw the fucking crazy picture of Sam Smith crying in his like $12 million mansion, you know, like it's
no comment.
You know what I mean though, but it's like it doesn't matter at what level, it still affects you in some way, you know.
True.
And like and it's so shocking to me. And even people that I feel are my friends, like I see their statuses and how quick they are to write. People love to write shit, you know, like to write their opinion and stuff on Facebook, on Twitter, and you know, and on their Instagram about like you should be doing this. You need to keep your opinion on what somebody else should be doing.
I've been saying the fuck off of social media for the most part.
The worst.
I have a new like take on it because I've just been aware of everything you're saying, which is it's bullshit, it's fake, and I don't want to fucking live in that world. But I do want to, you know, I want to keep this connection going, but I don't want it to run my life. Yeah. So I try to like do a post in the morning and post something on my story that's intentional and it's deliberate and it stays there all day. Yeah. And that's just what it is. I don't look at it again. Whereas before I was like looking at everything that I did, like, oh, should I story that? Oh, should I? And it was constantly bringing me out of any kind of creative zone, any kind of workflow. So now that my time is so my own, I'm able to like segment my life in ways that work for me and
Yeah.
my flows instead of trying to catch other people's flows.
And it's just funny because as well, like we have like a friend, a mutual friend who's like really one of these people who are really like against what's going on and more like, I guess you could say, a conspiracy theorist, and then likes to post like her opinion on what's going on and like, okay, it's controversial and whatever, right? But then I sit and I read, like this entertains me, to be honest. I sit and read like people's disputes, like how angry people get at her making a comment or saying an opinion on her own social media. And then people are like so angry and like coming at her like in such a like ridiculous way. And it's just so much, like I just realized there is no such thing as freedom of speech. Like you can't, like, do I agree with everything? No. But do I think that she should shut up and not say what she feels or what's on her mind out of like offending someone that only believes in media? No. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to me that like it's really fucked up how I've started to perceive a lot of shit around me, and it's kind of made me, I think that's what's made me be a bit more like, you just need to protect yourself because
Yeah,
no one
exactly.
gives a fuck.
Exactly.
Like-
if you start reading something, going down
Yeah.
some road that starts to make your heart beat faster or your shoulders creep up to your ears,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Close it. You don't
Yeah.
need that. Shit's hard enough right now.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I drink every day. Up until
Drink every day? Shit, I went through that phase.
So up until this week, I drank every single day in lockdown. I had a conversation with my mum. My mum was like, "No, Jahan, you can't do that." She's Scottish, and she was like,
You do
"No."
that accent
She's
really good.
just like, not having it. 33 years I've had that accent. So she really made me feel bad about it. So I had like 3 days where I didn't drink anything. And you know what I realized as well? As the day was going on the first day, I was like at 1 o'clock and I was like, what am I going to do in my night? Like, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's probably a good sign that I need to not have a drink tonight because it was an issue. So I went 3 days without a drink, and then here we are, guys.
Well, you earned it. You earned it.
About to have my best weekend.
So bringing it back to the topic, relationship with self.
Yes.
Where are you at with your relationship with yourself in this moment?
I always think like, do you know that emoji where the lips are like,
Yes.
that's me right now.
Totally. I could see that.
I would love to say I'm at a really good place. I'm not. I'm realizing a lot of stuff. I'm realizing a lot of shit about myself.
That's what we want to hear about. What are you realizing?
I'm realizing that I care way too much about other people's feelings and thoughts.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Way too much. I'm also realizing that I'm probably a little bit too hard on myself.
Ooh, another really, really good one.
I also realize that I just need to sit down sometimes. Just sit my ass down and just like take in life.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, just like, just stop.
Yo, that's 3 huge things right there.
Yeah.
That's like a great takeaway from quarantine.
Yeah.
Slow down,
Yeah.
sit down, be nicer to yourself,
Yeah.
ease up.
Yeah. And the importance of a vibrator is also another thing I've learned.
How many of those have you burned through?
I mean, I have 2 now, but like let me tell you, lockdown is a funny thing. If being a single girl living in this time,
That's why I sent you that bouncy ball with the dick on it.
that's
I thought it would help.
essential.
Help your back
It's
and your
a-
pussy.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I like it. Yeah.
Okay, but do go on. Do you have any recommendations on hardware?
There is a website actually. I got it a couple of months ago, and this one has like every single type you could imagine
Type of.
vibrator. That's what we're still talking about now.
I thought you were talking about one vibrator that had every single type of something.
That
I was
would be
like,
amazing. No, but this is like the double stimulator, and it's just like they
So
have
in your-
every single one.
Does something go in your butt and in your vag?
No, but I like how you went straight to the butt. That
Well,
tells
you
us
said
a lot
double-
about you.
Double stimulation. What is a girl?
That would be a clitoris and a G spot.
Oh, shit. My bad. You're right. God damn.
That's what being married does, guys. That's what
Always too aggressive.
Here's the line. I'm always here.
So one goes in his butt and one goes in. No. No,
Wait,
Ryan.
I'm sure there's something about. I'm sure there's something for it. I will have a look. It's probably on that website as well.
Okay. I'm going to uncross and then recross.
So if I ever get married, talk to me after a couple of years. I could probably confirm or affirm or deny that.
So
So that one that goes in your butt, yeah, that was actually really good.
You're going to want to lube it up first.
okay, so you've gotten some good quality time in with your vibrators.
Yes.
Multiple.
Yes. Because that's really important. Like that release is really good for you. That honestly, when
yeah.
you are so stressed, when you are stressed out and shit, just having that having an orgasm is really good.
That release.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you focus too. You have to like focus your mind in order to come. And then it's like if you focus on coming for like 10 minutes afterwards, you're probably in a pretty good mood.
Yeah, you are. It really, it honestly is a good release. Me and my girlfriend were having a conversation about this, how necessary it is. And it also, I mean, when you're struggling to pass time, which sometimes you do in these times, you know, you're like, I don't want to watch another Netflix series or something. Bob's your uncle. Get a vibrator out.
What does Bob's your uncle
It
mean?
means that's it. That's it. Like, it makes sense. That's it. Done.
I love that.
Bob's your uncle.
I love that so much. My
Bob's
friend has
your
a mug that
uncle.
says that.
Really? Are they English?
No, but his middle name is Robert.
So Bob. I don't know. That's why I thought he had
It's
it.
an English saying, though. So
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was like from What About Bob or something.
Like a movie
you're
quote.
such a yank.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. What else you got on that paper?
All right, let me go back to my.
Got any questions for Janice?
Yes, I do. If you had to choose between being a vegan, you could be a vegan for the rest of your life, but no sex, or you can have sex but you have to eat meat.
What kind of meat do I have to eat?
I mean,
That's what she
there's
said.
everything.
Oh.
What do you choose?
I have to eat meat for every single meal.
Like, I mean, not every single meal. I mean, we could go a couple of meals, but you have to eat meat every single day.
And when you say sex, is that just penis in vagina? Or is that like everything?
Wow, you really fucking thought about this, didn't you?
You're gonna take vegetables away from me? You're gonna have to give me details.
No, I mean, you can still have the veggies with the meat, but like, you just can't be vegan. There's no more like impossible this, impossible that. It's all possible.
That is a really fucked up question.
But it's great though, isn't it?
It's like choosing my husband's penis over animal lives.
Oh.
Putting me in a fucked up
you just took
position.
it to a whole other level.
Well, who do I love more? Animal species or Carl?
Carl.
Carl.
You do. So you're having sex and you're eating meat. Woohoo!
Yeah, I actually just had a piece of regular pizza with cheese on it too.
Oh, wow. Wow. So
Bad
that wasn't
girl.
even hard. You acted like it was a hard question and you were like sitting there with like dairy in your
Well,
stomach.
a little bit of cheese is different than like bacon.
I mean, yeah. Well.
I could always tell when you're just tuning me out, by the way.
I don't eat bacon either, so look it. Okay, your turn.
Oh, my turn. Okay. Okay, a question about you and your relationship with yourself in quarantine.
Oh yeah, sorry, that had
No.
your relationship with food, I guess.
No, that totally works. No, let me just think back on the theme for a second.
When I thought about that question, I wrote it down. Like,
Yeah.
That's a good one. You're an evil little bitch. I like it.
Got a lot of time on my hands these days, babe. A lot of time on my
She's
hands.
just at home like, oh, I want to fuck her ass up. This is going to be so good.
Okay, quarantine. Yeah, okay. This is what I'm interested in. Moving forward out of quarantine, like obviously there's a lot of unknowns and I don't want to start I'm not trying to have you think about that. But
Am I gonna have a nervous breakdown before I even
but,
leave here?
But like I'm sure there's some stuff now that you've had a moment to pause and think.
Yes.
I'm sure there's some stuff about your DJ career that you're like maybe like kind of over and like maybe some ideas you have for the future that you're kind of excited about, right?
Yes.
So I want to hear about that.
Okay.
Like is there like what's changing the game for you right now? Like where do you want to take yourself now that you have like I feel like quarantine wiped the slate clear for people.
You did.
And
yeah.
like now for me, I have a clearer vision of who I want to be moving forward and I'm pretty sure you do too.
Yeah.
So who is that?
No, actually, I said yeah, and that was a complete lie. That was
But
the,
you have
that
an
was
idea.
the tequila. I'm talking.
You're
no,
starting
actually,
to have an
this
idea.
is actually really highlighted. Like I've been a bit like, whoa, what the hell do I want to do? Because the
Good
thing
questions
for
to
me,
ask though.
The thing for me is that like I never got into DJing because I was like, man, I just want to be a turntablist. I just happened to when I started learning to DJ, I was like, wow, fucking learning to scratch is fun. This is really dope. I got into DJing because I love music. I got into singing because I love music. Everything for me with the basis come from my love for music. So for me, it's always been like, how can I do music? I've never been like, I need to have a ton of money and be, making shitloads of money to be doing this, doing that. That's never been my thing. Life for me, the goal's always been happiness. Happiness is getting up every day and doing something you enjoy.
Amen.
This made me realize that there was a lot of gigs I fucking hated.
Right? Me too.
I was like, had one day where I was like, man, I hope that agency don't go under it. And I was like, well, then let me think about those gigs that agency gave me.
Right.
Like, how much am I actually really excited about those gigs
Right.
again?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it goes back to what you were saying earlier when you get in that hustle mentality and you just say yes, 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 and you're just stoked that you got a gig.
Yeah.
So you say yes, but you don't ever really sit and think, do I want to do this? Does this work for my brand? Does this work for my energy? Does this work for my image of who I am in my head?
And it's funny because I feel like LA is a funny place. It's like it's almost built for people like us to like kind of always like for people that are it's predominantly like a lot of self-employed people doing stuff, following dreams, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's also one of the most it's very tough financially to sustain here. Mm-hmm. So it's like one of these places where anywhere else in the world doing like the basic, not anywhere else, but a lot of places in the world doing the basic good gigs that you get, you could still live a decent level of life, right? Decent standard of life. But LA is kind of built like that's not possible. Like you always need more money. There is always something else you need to pay for. There is always something else. It's a very expensive place to live.
True.
And I'm not knocking that because I love LA. That's why I wanted to stay here. I do love it. But I do believe there is no kind of middle class in LA. Like it's like you're either rich or you're struggling, like always. So that's another thing. Like when I first started working, I was like doing gigs I loved. And then I realized, I had to take these extra gigs for the money, for the financial, gain. And then I started to be like, okay, well, I have money to cover all my bills, everything. And now I actually like the extra to be able to do like the things that are a little bit excessively expensive here. It shouldn't be that expensive, but I want to do that. I want to live that way and continue. And this has just been a whole like reset. Like, wow, I was making that much money. What the hell did I do with that much money? You know what I mean? Like I saved this much, but then I was spending this much, and then also looking at like my outgoings are crazy. Like it is so expensive here, like and stuff. So, and then I was like, so I really was doing these jobs I didn't like to sustain a lifestyle that I probably didn't need to sustain.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much extra going on.
So
and
much.
if we weren't like just trying to keep up with the standard that we set for ourselves, we actually might be able to think about what we really want, which at this time has given this period has given me that time to like sit back and think like, am I on course with what I want? And if not, let me make some adjustments.
Yeah,
because I want to be in love with every element of my life.
Yeah, and the thought of going back to certain gigs has been like,
Yeah,
like frightful.
I mean, I know one of the big things for me that came out of this was, well, obviously when it first all went down, we had to cancel our retreat to Bali, Beats Balance Flow, me and Carrie, and that was
major.
that was gut wrenching. Like that was a really stressful situation. Going through it with Carrie was difficult because she was already in Asia and I was still in LA, and we were at different levels of kind of understanding what was happening, and information was getting distributed differently, Anyway, so that was really heartbreaking, and I was like kind of really pretty depressed and anxious for a while after that, and I was medicating a lot, like drinking nightly, smoking weed all day, and just doing whatever the fuck I felt like I needed to do to kind of
Yeah.
like numb myself.
Like that meme today.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna give myself a minute to just be in this fucking cloud, and then
Yeah.
I'll get back out when I'm ready. And once I was ready to get back out, the first thing that called to me was just yoga. Like, let me just get on my mat and move my body. And I really started using, and I couldn't go to my studios, but I mean, I've been a yoga teacher since 2008. So I just started using the tools that I had and the knowledge that I had of my own self to kind of like coax myself out of this rut that I was in,
Yeah.
and breathe into those parts of my body that were really tense and really scared, and take my fucking time. Like, if I want to spend 6 hours meditating, stretching, breathing, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm not going to say, oh, I should be doing something else.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this. And then lo and behold, during that time, my former boss / mentor called me to start teaching virtually for her. And I said yes without really thinking about it. It was just like in me. And I started teaching again virtually, which I haven't taught yoga in like 3 or 4 years.
And it was the first class I ever took of yours. And we've
Yeah.
been friends for how long?
Years.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been doing it because I felt like I wanted to focus on DJing. But in this time, I was like, shit, yoga really helped me get out of a rut. And if I can help people pull themselves out of their ruts through this, and I can teach this to people, I need to do that. That's
Yeah.
a calling. Like, if that's going to help right now, I'm just going to do that. So that's been another huge blessing for me, is just getting back teaching and feeling my power in that way, feeling my voice in that way, feeling my energy, my confidence in that way. And now I'm really setting myself up, I feel, to have DJing and yoga be represented in my life in a really real way, and to have my foot evenly planted in both worlds, and to be able to walk between both worlds and be respected in both. Not hide one because I don't think it fits in with the persona of the other.
Yeah.
Just really be that exact me no matter where I am.
That's great.
So that's one thing for me that's been really dope about this time, and just as far as relationship with self goes, really being able to feel like I can be a full version of me. I don't need to hide any part of me in any scene or any circle. Showing up as everything that I am actually serves me the best. And Honeydew is a huge part of that too, because we're DJs, but like when we do this podcast, I feel like this is our way of saying like, we aren't just DJs. We have
Yeah.
opinions, we have, information, we can relate to people, and we think that other people go through what we're going through, so we're putting ourselves out there to connect.
I feel like this needs an applause. I'm
Okay.
gonna applaud you because that was fucking great.
Oh, thank you, girl.
So this has been like really monumental for you, because like you've come, like, as I said, right, you implement shit. I realize shit and then sit there and stare at it. You're like, you realize shit and then start like working on it. And I'm like, I'm
No,
not
but
that
you
sage.
do the same thing in your way. Like,
don't
for
think so.
instance, you're doing your first mixtape now, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
No, yeah, but you're doing it.
But I'm
doing
still
it.
doing all the things I did before, like beat myself up, overanalyze, go back, go forth, get upset, have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Go to the fridge, pour another drink. Like, I'm still doing
But
all
that's
that
okay.
shit.
It's not always gonna, trust me, it's not always gonna be
Yeah.
like that. Like the first few you're gonna pull your hair out and be like, why
Yeah.
the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
But it's gonna get easier, and then one day it's just gonna be fun and quick
Yeah.
and
I hope
fast.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's so dope. I mean, like, putting something out like that is a big step as a DJ, and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't do it, and you don't have to, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super dope when DJs do. It's like being like, yeah, this is my business card. This
Yeah.
is what I fuck with. This is who I am. This is what I sound like. Listen to it. Like,
Yeah.
it's dope.
Love it.
Congrats on that.
Congrats to you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, we've answered a lot of the questions in like as we've gone along. Okay, so when I was saying about I feel like people would be interested to know. I think people think about the thing about Ritos is that she's not your ordinary girl. You don't look at her picture and go, you know what I mean? Like, wow. And everyone, I think you're the type of girls, well, every girl people have their preconceived notion of how this girl is going to be. And then you are everything against the grain of what any preconceived notion could be about you or about your look or anything. So, remember I said it to you, like, there's so many layers to you. Like, it's like going on your Instagram is like interesting because you can never suss you out. So I wanted to ask,
Trying to suss me out?
just trying to get more of an understanding because it's really awesome. You know, people like, I feel like as women, we hide behind the general consensus of what is glamorous things. Long, hair and like all those things, like the general, like the stereotypical shit, right? And you've gone against that. Like you shave your hair, you do whatever the fuck you want to do with your hair. And it's like people look at you and be like, wow, she's amazing. And how does she have that confidence? Like, and that's so badass. And then they talk to you and you're the most feminine girl. And you're way more feminine than fucking me. Like with my long fucking hair, my long dresses and like, you know what I mean? Spending ages to get ready. And then you're like just this badass chick that just does what the fuck she wants and carries it. And it's like, that's fascinating for women. And they're like, well, how? How? So I feel like people want to know. People would love to know, like, how you become that and what made you like have that confidence and just be that person.
How do you become that? Well, first of all, thank you for that. I felt that.
It's true.
I guess first off, I have to just say my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then second off, I think I just feel like you just do it. Like, you just do it. I'm not like, oh, I got this way and now I can do all these things. I just did those things.
Nothing's premeditated.
It's like everything
I
I want. If I want to do something, I trust that urge and then I do it, even if I am scared. Just do it. Like people, shaving your head is such a great example because people would always look at me and be like, I could never have the confidence to pull that off, but like you're doing it, so good for you. And I'm just like, you don't get the confidence to do it without doing it.
Yeah.
You got to do it. Otherwise, you got to trust that the confidence is going to grow after the clippers go back in the drawer, because it does. And then all of a sudden you are that bitch. And after you do that, like with all these different little things over time, with fashion, with hair, with makeup, with photo shoots, with career choices, with relationship choices, with fucking adventures and travels and projects and bands and fucking yoga and podcasts or whatever, after you do it with enough shit, you're just like, okay, I got this. Like, let's keep going.
See, that's just so amazing to me because I feel like I have that shit down in certain aspects, and then you just take it to a whole other level. And you, like, to me, are like personifying what it is to live your life the way you want to fucking live your life. You know what I mean? Like, it's really true though. And I feel like, and that's why when it was like a question thing, I was like, this is just, so when it comes to you, I feel like this is just what people would want to know because it's so like fascinating.
That was a great question. I hope I answered it.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Woo!
Good job with your fucking notebook.
Hey, I tell you, it doesn't happen often, but when it does,
I'm so
there's gonna be a
impressed.
nip slip involved.
God damn. Well, the
And
nip slip
tequila.
evens out
Evens
the note
out,
taking.
evens out. It doesn't matter that my tits out. I made a whole notepad.
But look at my spreadsheet. Jan, can you get that tit?
Oh, jeez.
How much more time do we have? Should we start to wrap it up? Oh, perfect. We can stay juicy,
cool.
baby.
Okay, well, I feel like let's get rid of the notepad.
Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go spontaneity. Talk to me.
Spontaneity.
What do you want to know?
I love that. Okay, obviously
nothing's off limits.
obviously I
Ask
want to
me
know about that
anything.
quarantine dick.
What?
Quit playing with me.
There we say.
Quit playing.
You know, we had a conversation prior to this, and we were like, I said, babe, is there anything that's off limits? She said, no. And she said to me, is there anything that's off limits to you? And I went, no. Oh, apart from. And then she just.
Well,
brings
you
it
said
up.
you said number. I didn't ask the
This
number.
is painting a completely wrong picture of me, guys, and I don't want you to believe this because this is not. Let me tell you, I want to let you know that you will know if you listen to the rest of the shows, you'll know how much of a fucking prude I am when it comes to this shit. But somehow I was dating someone prior to quarantine starting, so I had an active quarantine life just because of the person I was dating. All right, and that was that. And then, you know what, let me tell you about quarantine. Let me tell you about lockdown, right?
Let me tell you about that cute Z.
Let me tell you that. How many motherfuckers come out the woodwork? Oh, hey, stranger.
Like, you already
I'm
had my
like, I don't
cooties.
even have your number saved anymore, but I already know that if I'm a stranger, I'm interested to know who this is, you know? So sometimes I'll be like, I'll pretend like, you know, a couple of times I've been like, oh, sorry, who is this? Like, trying to be as, like, you know, minimal as possible. And then dependent on what the response is, I'll either be like, oh, wrong number, you know, now. And then and other times I'll be like, oh, hello, stranger, it has been a while.
WYD.
You know what? And that's the only thing I do not do. Or like, I cannot deal with men who text you fucking the
WYD.
yeah, abbreviation. No, mate. If you want to talk to me, spell the fucking word out. iPhone's gonna predict it anyway. You ain't even got to spell the whole thing. So don't give me WYD. And so that really but no. Anyway.
That will dry you up.
That didn't happen. I didn't get no WYD. But I have to be honest, at this time I might entertain a WYD. No, but anyway, so I found out who they were, and then look, you just get to talking, and it's been a while. And I mean, did we not listen to the conversations earlier? I've been on my own, guys.
I love that about you. You're always down to have a good old conversation.
I went a couple of weeks ago, I went to see bioluminescence at 12 midnight. I got a text message. I was about to go to bed, like, hey, you know, the fucking waves are light. What? The waves are luminous. Okay, I'm coming. I've had like 7 drinks, so that sounds great right now. I'm going to come to the waves, and they were luminous.
Wait, was there a guy texting you, like, from the beach?
Yeah, there was a bunch of I thought he was there just a couple of friends. I went there. Apparently, there's a whole motherfucking group of like a whole city at the beach at midnight watching the bioluminescence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because the algae.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know anything about that shit. I mean, we don't even have a beach in London. So
Couldn't
I'm
you
like,
smell it,
it's
though?
just
It was in the air for days.
No, I don't.
LA smelled really weird.
I didn't know. So I was just like, yeah, I'll come. And, you know, life's just been weird. It's been fun. It's been interesting. But no QD for me.
That's good. I support it. Keep that thing clean. We can't have any risks right now.
Anyway, what about you? Now you're doing anal. I didn't know. Like,
Girl, come on. You know the deal. Please.
asking about these anal vibrators took a whole different turn.
Listen, I forgot about that other hole.
And when did you rediscover it?
I'm so confused.
And what are your thoughts about it?
Listen,
Some people say there's a G spot in there. Just saying.
I've heard guys say that.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know.
I've
I'm not
heard
an
girls
expert.
say it.
It's not my thing.
I've heard girls say it. So you were just curious about the vibrator. Nothing
I really
changed
just
nothing changed in quarantine.
No.
I give you 2 years. I give you 2 years. I give you 2 more years of married life.
All right, I believe you.
All right.
It could happen. It could happen.
I feel like at the end of this, we'll put a bet on it.
Okay.
I feel like I could get something out of this.
What would you like to get out of this?
I don't know, a free drink or something, you know.
Okay.
Yes, I'll definitely buy you a drink. First time I have butt sex. It's a date.
It's the Arab in me. I've always got to try and get something. See my blood. See my blood.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's the answer to your question.
Cool.
I have another question. So if you have to be really honest with me, okay. All right? If you were gonna have a threesome,
I knew you were gonna say threesome.
would you have one with me? Don't fucking lie to me, Rye. Don't lie.
I could not watch my husband fuck you.
Okay.
That would be fucked up.
All right. That's a valid reason.
Don't you think?
That's a valid reason.
Like, if you're asking if I could hook up with you,
But what if it was like before you're with your husband?
and the three of us just met and we were like hot strangers fucking,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. Yes, totally.
would?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alright.
Without a doubt.
Thank you.
Like, if you were married to Carl and you guys asked me to have a threesome, I would be like, hell yeah. Totally. I'd be like, you get down here, you come over here. Let's do this.
That was my last question.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thanks, babe.
I wonder how long have you been thinking about that?
Actually, I didn't even realize I was, but when it came in my mind, I was like, oh, the excitement. I was like, wow, I must have really wanted to know this for a while.
Okay, so obviously you'd be down. I don't even
No.
need to ask.
No, thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, you're all, after you got me all excited, you're like, no, but I wouldn't though.
No, I just wasn't sure if I'd be your type, and I just wanted to know if I'd be a type. Now I know I am.
Definitely.
Thanks, babe. Love you.
Girl, I'd lick your pussy any old day.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And it's hard times as well.
What are friends for?
Kinda. Definitely that. I need more friends like you in my life. You
Oh
get
my
one more
God.
question on me. And
Okay.
then we can call it a day.
What is your favorite thing about yourself?
Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm going to ask that question. I'm going to return that question to you. That's a good question. I like that I always see the positive and I like to laugh. I really love to laugh, and I like that about myself because it makes me always see the positive in things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty goofy.
And it's really fun to make you laugh because you have such a big, loud laugh.
It's a fucking cackle.
I always
It
feel
is.
really funny when I'm with you because you laugh so hard.
And you know, me and my sister have the exact same laugh. So when we're like out in public and we're together, it's like I can't explain to you how it goes. Like her and I start laughing, and everyone's head gravitates like, who the fuck are these
Who
two?
let the wishes in?
Yeah, like who the fuck are letting these people out in public? And it's like,
I can't wait to hang out with your sister.
Yeah, she's like me, but larger than life version.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Do you think she'll come here anytime soon? Not soon because of, but.
Well, she wanted to, but you know, she's different now because she's got a baby, isn't
Yeah.
she? She used to be like my sister would be the one that would. I always remember we were with a group of her friends. We were all having like dinner, and one of her friends took. We were out at a restaurant, and one of her friends took a picture. This really gives you an insight about me, my family. One of her friends took a group picture, and we're like. And she started laughing when she took the picture, but no one thought anything of it. And anyway, when we looked at the picture, no one had known because everyone had gone like this to the picture. My sister was at the back, but in the middle of the restaurant, she just pulled her sweater up like this. Nudity is an
my
open thing in
God.
my family. No one gives a fuck. Like, this is what I think. This is where I come from. So
Fuck
this
yeah.
is-
That's awesome. I thought you were about to say to breastfeed or something. but
No,
it was
she just
before.
literally, this was before she had a baby. She just went.
That's dope.
Yeah. So yeah, what's some of your favorite thing about yourself?
Well, my favorite thing about myself, I like a lot of things about myself,
Yeah, I love that answer.
but Lately, I've been really liking my brain a lot. Lately, I've been like, damn, brain, I love your ass.
You should, because you enlighten me every time we talk.
Thanks, brain.
You just-
Shout out
it's
to
true.
Brain.
It's true. You always like my voice of reason. So
Aw,
that's great. I love that.
I'm working on it.
I like it.
I'm working on that whole thing. Like, I'm just really working on anytime I say something in my head that isn't nice to me, I'm just really trying to catch it and flip it. Just
Yeah.
replace it with
It's
something
hard. I
that's-
read that apparently, like, you should always say it out loud. Like the brain registers it more when you say
right, because
things
like
out
you're
loud.
you're
Yeah.
running it through your body and your vocal
Mhm.
cords and your mouth, and then you hear it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
21 days as well. If you say it 21 days in repetition, it sticks.
Hmm.
Mhm.
The
I
hard
mean, I'm
thing-
a new woman since quarantine. Let me tell you, these podcasts I've been listening to.
That's so good though, and you're doing yoga regularly, right?
I am doing yoga, yes.
It's
which
amazing.
is unheard of for me, so it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a pretty good check-in.
This was a good check-in. The first time on our lovely red sofas. I love it. I love that we've had males here. Yeah.
Shout out to all the strong men who
all
brought
the
this to
strong
life.
men that stood here.
Thank you guys
and
so much to listening to our bullshit.
Listen to our
Listening to
bullshit.
us.
Yeah, and then we will be back. Season 3 is in full effect, and we have a very special interview coming up. But I'm very excited to do.
True.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh, someone's husband.
Oh,
And we all
relationships.
know it's not mine.
Are you gonna try to work this threesome from another angle?
I just listen. I didn't even think about the fact that you might think that I was trying to come on to your husband when I wrote his question. It was purely
Girl.
all you.
I might need to be present for this interview. This interview might have to be over the phone.
You know my type of guy, and I think you could safely say it's probably not your husband.
Maybe not from the waist up, but from the waist down. That was fucked up. Sorry, husband. Much respect due.
But it was also a compliment.
He's standing there like this. Trust me. He's like, oh, man.
He's like, oh. Don't worry, he still doesn't listen to this. It's fine. We actually had a fight about it recently.
Really?
I was like, and you don't listen to my podcast,
I actually remember you telling me that.
so fuck you.
I thought you said he started listening after that. One episode.
I didn't follow up.
Well, you need to follow up. Not this episode, maybe after this. Next episode, follow up.
So,
Oh, never a dull moment.
Well, shit, it's been great to see you.
It's been great to see you.
It's been great to talk.
Thank you for seeing me. 'Cause
Oh
not
my
many
God.
people want to right now.
you're welcome. I'm always down.
We want to send a big shout out to Exhibition Studios
Yes.
and Lasonic.
Lasonic.
Thank you so much for hosting us today
And letting me
putting
keep my
this
hat
together.
on. Letting me keep my hat
Letting
on.
Jan
and
keep her hat
defying
on,
all
and
odds.
shielding us from her hair. We love you guys.
Hope we can come back.
Nip
All right.
slips forever.
Nip slips forever.